All right, you guys, 25 mind-blowing Western Australia geography facts. Just a couple of days ago, I said that I didn't really know anything about Western Australia, and lo and behold, somebody recommended this video for me. Now, I was scrolling through TikTok and I heard that a flight from Eastern Australia to Western Australia takes like 8 hours or something like that, which absolutely blew my mind. So I'm curious to see what's going on in Western Australia. Smash the like button and let's dive in.
Where 40 million crabs literally reshape an entire... What if I told you there's a place where 40 million crabs literally reshape an entire island overnight? Where dinosaur footprints appear on beaches twice daily with the tides? And where a 50-ton rock balances on a dinner plate-sized point for thousands of years? There's also a lake that stays bubblegum pink forever, while everything around it is blue ocean. This is Western Australia, and these 25 impossible geography facts will shatter everything you thought you knew about Earth. If you think our planet can't surprise you anymore, hit that like button and prepare to be proven wrong. Let's dive in. Fact 1. World's longest uninterrupted sea cliff system. The Bunda Cliffs form the coastal boundary of the Nullarbor Plain, creating the world's longest uninterrupted line of sea cliffs stretching over 200 kilometers. These limestone ramparts tower above the Southern Ocean, carved from the ancient seabed that was once submerged millions of years ago. The sheer uniformity of this geological feature is staggering, presenting an unbroken wall where land meets ocean. Standing atop these cliffs, you witness raw planetary architecture at its most dramatic and unyielding scale.
Looks like the end of the world.
Perth's extreme global...
Or the edge of the world. Is that where the... It kind of looked like it. Was it the 12 apostles or 12 disciples was? Maybe not. That might have been somewhere else. Maybe that was on the east side. All right, we'll keep going. Perth's extreme global isolation distance.
Global isolation distance. Perth holds the distinction of being the most isolated major city on Earth. Its closest city, with over 500,000 residents, is Adelaide, located 2,104 kilometers away. This extraordinary distance creates a unique urban island effect, where Perth exists in geographic solitude unmatched by any other major metropolitan center globally. The isolation has fundamentally shaped the city's development, culture, and connection to the rest of Australia and the world beyond. Fact 3. Pilbara's iron deposits worth trillions. The Pilbara region hosts massive iron ore deposits valued at nearly $6 trillion. These deposits boast extremely high iron concentrations, exceeding 60% purity, positioning them among the richest and most valuable iron resources found anywhere globally. The sheer economic magnitude of this geological treasure has transformed not just Western Australia, but global steel production and international trade. Fact 4.
I had no idea.
Marble Bar's astonishing heat record. Marble Bar, deep in the Pilbara, holds the world record for the longest consecutive period of extreme heat.
Okay, longest period of consecutive extreme heat. Maybe in my memories, I know that we have Death Valley here in the States, which it got up, and it's going to be in Fahrenheit. I think we got up to 135 Fahrenheit, something like that. But I would imagine that like the Sahara Desert is also like extremely hot. But let's see what they're going to say here.
For 160 consecutive days between 1923 and 1924, the maximum temperature equaled or exceeded 37.8 degrees Celsius.
Jeez.
This relentless, unbroken heat wave remains unmatched globally. Fact 5. Zircon crystals from Earth's dawn. At Jack Hills in the Midwest region, scientists discovered zircon crystals dated to approximately 4.4 billion years ago. These represent the oldest confirmed terrestrial material ever found on Earth. These microscopic time capsules contain chemical signatures from when our planet was still cooling from its molten birth. Fact 6. Ningaloo Reef's exceptional shore
He's going through these like really fast, and I feel like I could watch a whole documentary on that. I'm like really interested about crystals.
Proximity. The Ningaloo Marine Park features one of the world's longest fringing coral reefs, extending over 300 kilometers. Its geographically unique trait is its exceptional proximity to shore, often being only 5 to 10 meters offshore. This accessibility is extraordinarily rare for coral reef systems of this scale and health. Swimmers can
Wow.
literally step from the beach directly into pristine coral ecosystems teeming with marine life, experiencing biodiversity that typically requires boat access elsewhere globally.
That'd be so cool. But after watching, I think it was Dangerous Animals in Australia, I'd be a little nervous going into the coral reef. You're probably okay, right? I'm not going to get stung by that like jellyfish, am I?
Island temporarily reshaped by 40 million migrating crabs. Christmas Island's annual
Okay,
red
here we
crab
go.
migration involves over 40 million crabs moving simultaneously from forest to coast, temporarily transforming the island's entire landscape. This mass migration creates biological highways where vegetation is trampled, soil is disturbed, and entire ecosystems are reshaped.
Oh, damn. That's 40 million of them? That's insane. How bad can they mess up the landscape, though? Crabs? I mean, come on. No, I'm sure that they probably do, but that's crazy.
Pink Lake, that never fades
They lay the
color.
eggs there at the ocean?
Lake Hillier near Esperance maintains its bubblegum pink color through a remarkable interaction between salt-loving bacteria, algae, and specific mineral concentrations. Unlike other pink lakes that fade seasonally, Lake Hillier's color remains constant.
It's freaking pink. That would be so cool to see.
Due to its unique microorganism balance and extremely high salinity levels. Fact 9.
You'd probably die if you swim in that, right?
Larger than England. The Great Western Woodlands constitute one of the world's largest remaining temperate woodlands, forming a virtual continental island of biodiversity. This 16 million hectare ecosystem contains more plant species than the entire United Kingdom, with many found nowhere else on Earth. The woodland's isolation has created
looks
unique
beautiful.
evolutionary pressures, resulting in endemic species that evolved separately from related populations elsewhere. Fact 10. Massive sandstone domes. Hidden until 1982.
Sandstone domes.
The iconic beehive domes of Bungle Bungle remained unknown to mainstream geography until
What? Did he say beehives?
massive sandstone domes. Hidden until 1982. The iconic beehive domes of Bungle Bungle remained unknown to mainstream geography until 1982, despite their massive scale covering 450 square kilometers. These sandstone formations, created over 360 million years, were accessible only to local Aboriginal groups who considered them sacred sites.
Look at that.
The dome's
I
distinctive banding results from alternating layers of sandstone and conglomerate that weathered differently, creating natural horizontal stripes. Fact 11.
I thought those were, I had a very dumb moment. I was like, bees made those? Beehive. It's just the way they're shaped. Okay, I'm not that stupid, I promise.
Australia's largest artificial lake, creating its own weather. Lake Argyll, created by damming the Ord River, contains 18 times more water than Sydney Harbour and represents Australia's largest freshwater reservoir. The lake's creation flooded a vast area of ancient geological formations, creating hundreds of islands that are actually hilltops of submerged ranges. These drowned landscapes preserve Aboriginal rock art sites, now accessible only by boat or diving. The lake's immense size creates its own weather patterns, generating afternoon thunderstorms that wouldn't naturally occur in this arid region. Fact
That's
12.
wild.
Coral Islands, rising from ocean depths 60 kilometers offshore. The Abrolhos Islands represent one of Australia's most unusual geological formations. A chain of coral islands rising from oceanic depths 60 kilometers offshore from Geraldton. These low-lying islands sit
far.
atop ancient coral reefs that have been building continuously for thousands of years. The island's existence depends on a delicate balance between coral growth and wave erosion, making them vulnerable to sea level changes. Their isolation has created unique ecosystems, with several endemic species found nowhere else on Earth. Fact 13.
That's
Highway
crazy.
crossing the world's largest single rock. The air highway crosses the Nullarbor Plain, which sits atop the world's largest single piece of limestone bedrock, extending 200,000 square kilometers without a break.
That is a straight ass road.
Extending
Oh my God. Seems like it's like the highway to hell. Not, you know what I mean. The song, Highway to Hell.
200,000 square kilometers without a break. This massive rock formation was created when ancient seas deposited marine sediments over 25 million years ago. The highway essentially travels across a single geological feature for over 1,000 kilometers. Beneath this limestone lies a network of underground rivers and caves.
Here we go. If you guys didn't know, you don't, because I haven't said it yet. I absolutely love caves. Not underwater caves, but I love like natural caves that you can climb through. We have one that's pretty close to us. Here where I live, we're in the like cave capital of the US, at least, our state. So there's a lot of caves, and I'm always just so fascinated by it. I think it's so cool.
That have never been fully explored, creating a hidden hydrological system of continental proportions. Fact 14, islands' salt lakes were ancient river pools. Rottnest Island's distinctive chain of salt lakes occupies depressions that were once freshwater pools in the ancient Swan River system. When sea levels rose after the last ice age, these river pools became isolated and gradually concentrated salt through evaporation over thousands of years. Each lake now contains different salt concentrations and supports unique microbial communities. The varying salinity levels create different colored lakes across the island, from pale pink to deep red, forming a natural rainbow of hypersaline environments. Fact 15.
That looks so cool.
Town sitting on a mountain made entirely of iron. Tom Price, one of Western Australia's highest towns at 747 meters elevation, sits directly on top of Mount Tom Price, essentially a mountain made almost entirely of high-grade iron ore. The entire town exists because of this geological anomaly, where iron-rich rocks were uplifted and exposed at the surface. Mining operations literally hollow out the mountain beneath the town, creating one of the world's deepest open-cut mines.
I had no idea that you guys had that much iron in Western Australia. I feel like, did I see this in a movie once? I'm not sure if it was that one with Nicole Kidman and, what's his name? Not Hugo. Hugh Jackman. What was the name of that movie? Gosh, it's been years since I've seen that. Were there any Mayans in that movie? I don't think so. I don't know. I'm getting off topic here. Let's keep going.
Carey Forest's unique height zone. In the far southwest near Pemberton and Walpole, Eucalyptus diversicolor grows beyond 80 meters. This requires a rare mix of granite-derived Carey loam soils and high winter rainfall. Only here do the trees reach such towering heights, creating cathedral-like forests of global significance.
Wow.
Fact 17, Wave Rock's subsurface weathering formation. Wave Rock near Hayden, a granite inselberg, curves 15 meters high and 110 meters long. Its waveform was not carved by water, but by underground chemical weathering at the water table. This subsurface sculpting, later exposed, creates the illusion of a frozen tsunami. Fact 18.
That's so cool.
Kingia australis' ancient evolutionary isolation. Kingia australis, endemic to the southwest, is the sole survivor of the order Dasypogonalis, dating back 150 million years.
We have a plant that looks very similar to this. Not here, but like over on the west coast. It's kind of like almost like a cacti. It looks. I know it's not the exact same one, but it looks very similar to this.
This plant embodies evolutionary isolation, preserved by geography and climate, when its relatives vanished elsewhere, a living monument to deep time. Fact 19.
Almost looks like an agave
record
plant.
Rainfall. Sturt Creek in the Kimberley holds Western Australia's record for the highest measured rainfall in a single 24-hour period at 260 millimeters. This rare deluge in an area of minimal annual precipitation shows the extreme variability of Australia's monsoonal climate, temporarily turning deserts into inland seas and reshaping landscapes through erosion. Fact 20, Inverse Estuary. Lake McLeod, near Carnarvon,
This video is making me feel very dumb. What did he say? Inverse estuary. Anyone else not know what that is?
Inverse estuary. Lake McLeod, near Carnarvon, is a coastal inverse estuary where evaporation vastly exceeds marine inflow, concentrating salt to hypersaline levels. This unusual inversion of normal estuarine processes supports commercial solar salt extraction and specialized microorganisms found in no other coastal setting. Fact 21,
Really?
River of many climates. The Fitzgerald River creates a rare microclimate that supports over 1,800 plant species, including 75 found nowhere else. By channeling ocean moisture inland, it forms fog and humidity that let rainforest species survive in a Mediterranean setting. This quirk produces multiple climate zones in a small area. Fact 22, Ancient dolphin routes. The dolphins of Monkey Mia follow feeding patterns thousands of years old, using shallow, warm waters as natural fish nurseries. Archaeology shows Aboriginal peoples also fished here for over 2,000 years, proving that both humans and dolphins have relied on the same geography for millennia. Fact 23, Compass trees. Boab trees in the Kimberley grow with asymmetrical trunks, larger on the southern.
Whoa, that thing looks crazy. Is that tree alive or is it dead?
Boab trees in the Kimberley grow with asymmetrical trunks, larger on the southern side due to sun exposure and prevailing winds. Aboriginal peoples used them as natural compasses.
Oh, okay.
Their shapes so reliable that skilled travelers could navigate within a few degrees by reading the trees.
Got it. I feel like I've seen those before. Maybe. They look familiar, but crazy looking tree.
Fact 24, the Mirror Lake. After rare rainfall, Lake Ballard transforms into one of the world's largest natural mirrors. Water just centimeters deep spreads across 10,000 hectares of its flat clay bed, eroded smooth over thousands of years.
These
The
pictures
reflection is
are a
so
little
perfect
freaky.
that visitors often feel disoriented, unable to tell sky from water. Fact 40, the Whale Mountain. Mount Whaleback near Newman resembles the back of a whale, its form created by erosion of harder and softer rock layers. The shape was once so uncanny that explorers thought it artificial.
Do they mine here, though? It looks like they do mining.
Today, mining gradually reshapes the mountain, altering one of nature's most lifelike landform sculptures. Fact 25, beach exposing dinosaur footprints twice daily with tides. Broom's extreme...
Okay, when we saw this in the beginning of the video, I thought that when they said dinosaur feet, I was like, oh, it's got to be like an animal that's got the same type of foot as dinosaurs. That's where you're getting the dinosaur print from. But no, it's actual dinosaur prints show up.
Tidal range regularly exposes fossilized dinosaur footprints on the beach, creating a natural paleontological museum that appears and disappears twice daily. These 130-million-year-old tracks were preserved in mudstone during the Cretaceous period, when this area was a river delta. The footprints belong to various dinosaur species, including some tracks that represent previously unknown species. Spring tides expose the largest areas of tracks, allowing paleontologists to study prehistoric ecosystems that existed when dinosaurs roamed Western Australia's tropical coastlines.
Damn, dude. Ross Geller would love that. All right. I feel like that was a lot of information to take in. There was maybe only one or two of them that I actually have kind of heard before in passing. The trees looked familiar, and I don't remember what the other one was. There was one other thing, but really good info, really interesting. I appreciate the recommendation, you guys. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got to go make some dinner. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.